little bit of this, my southern roots. I pronounce things weird. Chest of drawers. I used to call it chest of drawers. Well, that's actually, I said it right that time. Chester drawers is what a lot of us used to call them.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, you know.
Welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast, where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge.
This is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge. Your gaming knowledge. Ooh, I cut you off, Kayla. How'd you like that? Did it wake you up?
Ooh, that was beautiful. We just got right into it. I was, me, I'll roll with it. Hey, we keep going.
She's like, oh shit, she's going.
Let's go.
Thought we were talking about Chester drawers. Not anymore.
Nope.
That rhymed.
Drawers in the past. Closets in the future, baby. Let's go.
I love closets. There's definitely a gay joke in there, but I'm too tired to make one.
Welcome to JK Games, guys. Jerica, I am so excited to talk with you today about all the games that we finished. Spoiler. Can't wait.
All the games. I finished one game, but Kayla did finish two, which is pretty awesome. I'm sort of jealous.
It's just, one of them I've been working on since, a long time, months. And then the other one is 2 hours long. So I'm excited to talk to you about both of those, though. But if this is your first time seeing our faces, I am Kayla. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Jerica, your other host. And yes, I am one of these gay people that play games and talk about things that's gay in games. I just sort of like to advertise that once in a while. Look at my Apple Watch band.
Ooh,
And it's not even Pride Month anymore. I'm wearing it forever. I've decided, why is this, why am I only wearing this in June?
Yeah. Well, there's a rainbow in our logo. Well, one of them.
Yeah, we need to just wear more rainbow stuff. All the lights in my computer, it's all rainbow.
I don't have my watch on, but I do have, my Pride band's not currently on, but anyways.
Where is it, Kayla? You should put it on. It's a special episode. Not really, but
it's in my closet.
we can Oh my God. Of all the places to put your Pride band, it's in the closet. Gosh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, if this is your first time here, welcome. We normally talk about video games and video game things. I don't know why. I meant to say TV, music.
Pop culture.
Do we ever
books,
talk? I don't know why. I don't even know why I said music. Do we ever talk about music, Kayla?
Video game music. That counts.
I will say a new album just dropped that I was really excited about. One of my favorite singers, Margaret Glaspie. Ooh. She's I haven't really found anyone else that sings like her. It's almost blues / folky.
Okay.
And a little bit of a guitar.
Okay.
Very mellow, but her new album came out today. And that was a little exciting to listen to that on the way to work.
Nice.
I like her. She's got a good voice.
Nice.
So,
drop your favorite artist in the chat. You know?
Drop your favorite artist. So we don't talk about, I love that I said where we talk about music, and now I'm not lying. We do occasionally talk about music.
Why not?
But primarily, we talk about video games and the news about video games of the week, and then I think Kayla normally explains the rest of the situation with how we lay out our show. So how do we do that, Kayla?
Well, we're gonna go through our loadout. Do 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 do. And if you're not watching us, you should, first of all. We go live on Twitch with our episodes. If you want to interact with us over Twitch chat and just interact with the episode in general, definitely follow us on Twitch. It's just JK Games Podcast, which is where you can find us everywhere. But there is something that Jerica pointed out when we got on, since our last episode, things have changed for our social media.
Oh, yeah. If you look down below, there's still a little bird.
Bird's dead.
The bird died. There's an X there now, which is, I guess, sort of fitting because it got X'd. I don't even know how. It makes me so sad because when I'm looking for the app on my phone, I still type in Twitter and it still pulls it up, which is cool. But on the flip side, it's not the same. It has been destroyed.
Wow.
And it really sucks.
X.
So we got to remove the bird from our socials. We still share things on the X app, but I'm trying to use Threads more, even though there's a lot of features missing that, I wish Threads isn't there. It's not, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that we're used to having that Twitter had, but it is a safer space. I'm liking it. Word on the street today that Musk is going to prevent you from blocking people, which is necessary for a lot of content creators for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So that sort of sucks. And, you know, for me, like, I'm just tired of the dumpster fire that's Twitter, X, whatever it is now.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. You know,
so we gotta get on Threads. But I'm sort of frustrated because, like, with us, like, we have 3 accounts, me, Kayla, and then we have the podcast account that we both can sign in and out of. Right now, unless they change it on Threads, you can't have like a secondary account that you can swap in between right now. Or the last time I tried, like I couldn't sign in.
That is weird.
JK Games Threads account situated.
Yeah. So because we definitely should do that.
We need to investigate that so we can thread more.
Sleuthing.
I like to thread.
Hi, Game Over Cholo. Welcome to this chaos. We haven't started talking about games yet. We're talking about social medias and things.
The social medias, there's so many, and I didn't really want to learn how to use a new one. I barely have TikTok. I don't even have any TikToks on my TikTok. Yeah. Because I accidentally had 2 accounts. I made 2 accounts on accident. I got really mad when I found out that Jerkachu was taken. Oh. And it was me that took it. It was me that took it. So, like, if you ever, Kayla, if you were messaging me on Twitter or on TikTok, that was the account that I made because I thought Jerkachu was taken. So I deleted that account. It is just Jerkachu, but there's no content. It looks like one of those fake accounts. So, but if you see my face, it's me. And I'm hoping to start making stuff and putting it there. It's just don't have a lot of time to do everything. Working on it.
Yes. Your own worst enemy, CC said in the chat.
It's true.
We do have we don't post a ton on it, but again, I want to start doing that more for just our channel in general, just some funny clips of us. We usually do when we come out with an episode. So follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok,
for
JK
now,
Games Podcast.
There's too many things.
Too many things. But today's episode is going to look like this. We lay our episodes out in 3 different parts. We got our easy mode, which is where we talk about what we've been playing. We'll do a little bit of a spoiler-free review. If there's anything that we think might be spoilery, we'll mention it. If you don't want any information on the games we'll talk about, just, you know, skip a little bit or come back. But we won't do any major, like, any story or spoilers. Just talk about, like, gameplay, vibes, you know, that sort of thing. And so that's what our easy mode is. And we just catch up together. Our normal mode is our news. We have a couple topics to go over this week that are exciting. And then we also have our expert mode, which today is going to be about basically like these big heavy hitter games that are coming out. Like there's a lot of AAA, like really stacked releases coming. And we're going to talk about what we should play next. Should we play Baldur's Gate? Should we play Starfield? Probably gonna play both, but which one should we play first? You know, so probably, I don't know, maybe not me. We'll see. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about that today, and all open for discussion. If you are here with us, make sure you sound off with your opinions in the chat. We'd love to hear them. Let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot to discuss today. Let's see, Jerica. Let's start with you. Start us off strong with our easy mode. Easy mode. What have you been playing?
I'll try to make it super easy. I've had a great few weeks with Final Fantasy 16. Yeah! I thought it was funny because when I was you know, showed up on Kind of Funny, I was telling Greg that that I was going to try to beat Final Fantasy 16 in like a month. I was like, "Oh, that's definitely doable. I could do that. It's easy." I just did some math in my head, like, yeah, I can play this. Like, this is I know about the time, amount of time I need to play a game consistently. And I was like, oh, yeah, easy. 1 month. That'll be done. So instead of 1 month, so that's 4 weeks, right? It took me 6 weeks. So I almost had it.
That's not too bad.
Almost had it. And I probably could have actually made the deadline if I didn't start getting, you know, I did put out at the time a tweet, not anymore. It's a Zeet or an X. I'd say stating that.
What is it?
You know, I don't know. Matter. A Zeeter. I don't know. I was stating basically like I'm gonna play all the major quest lines in Final Fantasy 16 and instead sort of skip over some side quests. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the side quests ended up working out. I started enjoying them, and there's a lot of quest lines that I discovered too that have like different parts. So like it'll be like Sword and Shield would be the name of the quest line, and then you do as you progress the main story, you'll see a new quest show up, Sword and Shield 2. So the side quests have different parts to them too. And the more you get bought into that side quest and those characters on your like NPCs that are also in your vicinity that that are your friends, I guess, you want to help them do other things. Yeah. And that progresses further. Those relationships deepen, and you just, at that point, you just want to see it through to see what happens. So a lot of the quest lines ended up being something I ended up doing most of them. I ended up doing most of them, which is great. I didn't think for anyone that was ever doubting should they do the side quests, and if you were listening to me, don't listen to past Jericho. Like, do the side quests. A lot of them were actually pretty decent. It's just a lot of dialogue. Yeah. It is a lot. I actually had captions pulled up, and for some conversations, I could read it faster than I could listen to it. So I was, spamming there and just skipping, like reading and skipping through and like reading like with captions. Yeah. So it helped with some of the timing, but like, yeah, it's a lot of dialogue, and that was part of the reason why I quit streaming it, because I felt bad because it was just a lot of watching characters talk, and at times
they got that 2 times speed on there. Yeah,
I just want to skip through it too, and I don't want anyone that's watching like get mad that I'm skipping through it. It's almost like someone else has the remote. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm like hogging the remote or whatever.
That's a really good analogy there.
Yeah, it was just hard, and like so I quit streaming it and just played on the couch downstairs with my girlfriend watching. So she went along with the ride too and was super invested in the main story the whole time. So, but yeah, I really overall finished. It took me 66 hours.
Wow.
PlayStation sent me a recap today saying, "Hey, your journey's good job on completing this game, but it's not over. You could keep doing this and that." And I was like, "Oh God." I'm 66 hours done. There are some things that unlock that basis, like New Game Plus, that you can go through, and I definitely see the appeal of replaying it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not spoiling anything, but there's definitely a lot of replay value based on how I ended the game and knowing what I could do in New Game Plus, because you get to keep all your abilities and stuff and keep leveling them up.
Okay, all right. Good to know.
Yeah. But overall impressions, amazing story. Definitely, we were sort of everyone talking about it's like Game of Thrones, and it's very true.
It does feel like that from what I played.
It does take another direction. That's not as much Game of Thrones, without spoiling anything, but it does take a narrative direction where you're like, okay, this is a Final Fantasy game. I see it. So it's not all Game of Thrones-esque the whole time, promise. It gets a little out there. It definitely gets out there to the point where like, whoa, what's happening here? Is this real life? What?
Interesting. Well, I know from our extensive Final Fantasy episode that we had with expert Josh on the show, he said it gets a little wacky sometimes.
Wacky is the best way to describe it, but like the most dope-ass wacky. Like,
okay, cool, yeah.
My favorite thing from this game is how they handle cinematic fights. So like all the cinematics, all the action scenes that you'll have with like, especially big boss fights are just amplified to 1,000,000. Like basically when you watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z, I haven't watched one in a long time, but you just know it's just like over the top,
over dramatic. Yeah.
Yes, it's so freaking cool. It just makes you just want to like break your TV because you're just so strong. But I didn't do that. But it is a lot of times you're like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those moments, and then like certain fights and certain ways the boss fights evolve, and you think you're done, but you're not, and just like I said, over the top. And just like so fun. The music is perfect. The music just also just blends well with the gameplay when you're in these battles and using all your different abilities. You get to control a lot of that, which is really cool, and choose your play style. So like when you're beating the crap out of something and using these abilities, and like if you can just time the ability perfectly to staggered enemy just feels so good, and to just go ham. Super
That's
Saiyan
awesome.
mode, as I say. It's a good time. Like, I had so much fun playing it. It was just badass. That's my
Nice.
closing impression. Final Fantasy 16 is badass
Okay.
in a good way.
Contender for Game of the Year?
Absolutely. It is up there. It's up there for me for sure.
All right. All right. Lots of options this year. Lots of options. All right. Well,
What about you?
I have finished two very different games. So I've talked about on the show, I'll start with, let me start with the smaller one, the one that took me less time. So this game, really cute, has been on my radar for a while. I did have it on our fantasy game league that we have, where we essentially predict like what games are going to do well, what games we think are going to do well. And if you've been listening to us for any sort of time, you know I'm a big fan of indie games. And I recently got a PC, and I have PC Game Pass, and this game was on PC Game Pass, and it's on Steam as well, and it's very affordable. I think it's like $15, which I think is totally worth it for the amount of like effort and amount of like investment that they put into this game and making it look really great. So the game is Venba, and essentially it is a narrative cooking game, and it's a puzzle game too. Jerica tried it out, and she agreed it's difficult at times.
It made me feel sort of stupid.
No. So you're following two family, a couple, and again, no spoilers here. So they're immigrants from India to Canada, and they are newlyweds. You know, they're getting adjusted, and they're having like the struggles of being like an immigrant family and what comes with that. Obviously not something I can personally relate to, which is another reason why I love video games, because you can get that experience from seeing someone's story play out like this. And a lot of really real emotions, anxiety, dealing with grief, but all within this really cool gameplay mechanics of you are cooking using and I can't remember if it's her mom or her grandmother's cookbook, but the cookbook has been like partially destroyed, so you can only see part of the instructions. You can't see all of them. You have laid out before you the tools to complete the dish. And these are all Indian dishes as well. And there's a specific country that they're from that they do mention. I hate that I don't have it written down, like a specific region, but it is a specific region that is named. So it's very centralized around cooking, around culture. The son, they end up having a child. That's not a spoiler. It's like very in the like art.
I think you said the trailer too. Like,
but he's dealing with the mixed emotions of wanting to fit in with his friends that live in Canada, but also staying true to his roots and his culture with his parents, and all of that is kind of shown through food, which is really neat. So you make a lot of different kind of food, and the food looks great, and it makes. I'm not a cook. I don't know if this is accurate, but it's intricate. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that seems pretty intricate. The music, phenomenal. Music is so good. I loved just like putting my headphones on and just vibing and like listening to this music. It's sad at times, I will be honest. It's only, it took me 2.5 hours, 2 hours. I took my time too, and I was not great at it. But I will say they give you hints too if you need it. So don't be alarmed if you're like, I don't know what to do here. There's an option to get hints if you get stuck. But I will say the game does reward you. Like if you're trying things, to just try it and see what happens. It'll tell you got to start over, and then you'll just start over and keep going. So yeah, that's it. That is Venba. It was really pretty. You can tell, like, I don't know if it was hand drawn, but like it looks like painted. It's very beautiful. Would definitely recommend, especially if you have Game Pass, go ahead and download it. It's included. If you just want to get it on Steam, it's great as well. I don't know if it's on Switch. This would be a good Switch game though.
I think it is.
So yeah.
Surely. I think I saw it, like, I think the first time I saw a trailer for it was like during like a Nintendo Indie showcase, I believe.
Yeah. So a couple of chats before I move on to the next one really quick. Game Over Chillo said, I rolled credits on Jedi Survivor, Final Fantasy, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Wow. Nice.
If I could give you a trophy, I would, but
Here
I
you
don't have a
go.
trophy, and there's no way to send it through this
Here.
platform
Ooh.
yet.
Here you go. My little ghost.
Excellent.
There
That's
you
a
go.
beautiful trophy.
There you go.
That's it.
Guys, spooky season's so close. You guys
I know,
are
I
not
cannot
ready.
wait.
Y'all aren't ready. Me and Jerk are gonna, we're gonna get back on our spooky shit.
Yeah, we do. We gotta do it.
So Final Fantasy Platinum is mostly straightforward. I haven't gotten to it yet because it does involve going through New Game Plus. Oh, Vinba is so pretty. Yes, it is so pretty. You should play it. It doesn't take very long, and it's very impactful. Has a great message.
I think that's what I was saying. Like, I think it's really cool that this game exists just because it is a fun, chill, like cooking simulator, which is always a good time in my book. And then just to be able to tell stories through cooking these dishes that someone like me has, I'm not familiar with that food from that culture whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, it's almost like the flip side, like putting you in their shoes and like you are adapting as a player, like to what they're experiencing is like the same thing.
Right.
And at the same time, I think when I was looking at like the ingredients and the instructions, like it seems pretty straightforward that if you were to take these these steps and then get these ingredients, you could probably like remake these recipes.
I think
really
so.
Cool.
I kind of want to try to do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's cool. Cool concept.
It's got a great message, and like it is very narrative focused. So like most of the time you're going to be either making the food or kind of clicking through the story. There are a couple you can actually I don't know if it produces a different outcome. I don't think so, I'll be honest, but there are like dialogue options. Like you don't have to just say the one thing, like you can select a couple different things. But yeah, so moving on to a very different game that I also completed, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I did complete that as well. I don't know exactly how many hours it took me. PlayStation did not send me a recap, or if they did, I missed it.
They suck.
Boo! I'm just kidding.
Boo,
love you, Sony.
PlayStation.
Sony. Anyways, so I have a lot of thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to keep it concise and spoiler free because I don't want to take forever on this. But basically, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I did not enjoy it as much as the first one. The first game was one of my favorite. It could go down as one of my favorite games. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Yes.
Question before you elaborate. What would you think? Do you think you like the first one more because of the gameplay, or is it the story? Like, which one? Is there a combination of both?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked, because I narratively, I enjoyed the first game better. Gameplay, I did enjoy the second game a little bit better in the second game, because there are some different options. There's a lot of different stances that you get. No spoilers again. In the second game, you get some different options. The skill tree is improved a lot and I liked the skill tree in the first one, but the skill tree is a lot more advanced and it looks really cool in the second game. Definitely is really nice. But so the gameplay elements, the things that they add, and it's a lot of similar gameplay, but some things are added and kind of tweaked a little bit. It feels a little bit smoother to me. But the story for me fell a little flat. I'm just gonna be honest. It's hard to say exactly why without getting a spoiler territory. I just feel like it wasn't as there wasn't as much movement as I would have liked for the things that they were trying to do, if that makes sense. Like, I think there could have been a lot more progression. I'm someone, I love books. I've talked about that before on here. I love a good story. That's like one of the main things I'm looking for in games most of the time. So I do like what they did. They made some really, and if you guys want to, like, if you guys have played and want to talk spoilers, feel free to message me. And like maybe one day I'll do like a spoiler chat. But if you want to message me and discuss, please do. But I did enjoy it. I don't want to see I'm completely ragging on it, because I'm not. It was still a great game. I love Star Wars. I still love Cal Kestis. He's one of my favorite characters. There were a couple surprises that did surprise me. I will say that. In a good way. Like, it was fun, little like, oh, did not expect that. But overall, I think that whoa, that I felt in the first game wasn't really as much there in the second one. But overall, I think it's worth it. If you are a Star Wars fan and you enjoyed the first game, I do think you should play this one. I think it is, I think there is potential to be another one. And that's not a spoiler. Like, that's just, you know, I'm not going to say why I think that, but I do think there's potential for another, and it could be really great depending on where they decide to go with it. But yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts. The music was fantastic. I could listen to Star Wars lo-fi music like for the rest of my life, like this, you know what I mean? But really good. So there's a lot of great quotes. There's a lot of good discussion. New characters are introduced that are cool. But overall, I think it was good. You know, that's kind of how I feel. That was my overall impression. It was good. As far as the graphics and the impact that it had to me visually, Jerica, I know, has put it on the back burner indefinitely until there is some improvements.
Frame rate's real bad. I don't like it.
That's fine.
I'm also a little
honestly.
scared about for Starfield too, because apparently it's 30 FPS, and I'm like, gosh darn it. I don't know. I haven't really done any more research on it, but I like when games can, you know, I'm not trying to be that person, but I do like the option to have like performance over quality option.
For sure.
Now that I'm used to that buttery smooth 60 FPS or close to it.
Yeah. I agree. For me,
I'm not a tech guru on these things, but I just like when it looks a little smoother, and you do have like, it did have an option for performance. Like, I feel like
it did,
but there was still screen clipping, and I was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah. So do keep that in mind as well. I don't know if they're going to do anything.
I was playing on PS5, by the way. I wasn't playing on PC, so I don't know if it's gotten any better there.
I was as well. And I did
think it was
notice
sort of a dumpster fire when it first launched on everywhere, but especially PC. That might have gotten better now.
It is sad because like Cholo said in the chat, it could have been awesome. It really could have. Who knows? Maybe if the graphics were like stepped up and like a couple notches, it would have been even better. CC in the chat said I had performance issues with Diablo 5. Diablo 4, 5.
We don't know
4.
Roman numerals.
It's 4. We've talked about this. I'm challenged in Roman numerals.
Just say the new one.
4. Diablo 4 on a PS5 for a couple months. It was infuriating. It finally runs okay. Yeah. It's always unfortunate when you run into those issues. But basically, overall, my thoughts, it's good. If you really loved the first one, just be prepared that you might not like it as much. And that it's still good. If you want to continue the story, then do. That's basically all I have to say on that. So, yeah. So let me know if you want to message me and ask me like specific questions or rant about things. Definitely my chat is
maybe
open.
One day we'll, you know, when it runs a little bit better, I'll finally play it and we can revisit this. So I hope you took some notes or at least remember the things you'd like to discuss. So we'll do that one day.
For sure.
Maybe I'll beat it by May the 4th next year, and that'd be a good time to like do it on May the 4th, whatever that day that is next year. Just do like a Star Wars video game stream.
Let's do it.
Cool.
All right.
We said that at the same time.
Up. Let's move on to the news, the normal mode. Let's go.
News of the week. Are you going to kick it off for us, Kayla?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think I've ever talked about this, honestly, but I love Ninja Turtles. I am a big Ninja Turtles fan. Random, maybe for some of you that don't know. But I love the TMNT video game on PlayStation 2, I think. I think it was on GameCube and PlayStation 2. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong on that. Anyways, moving on. Loved that game, and I'm a big fan. I watched a lot of the cartoons. So with that being said, there is is it official? I think it's official.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting choked up about it. The Last Ronin has been revealed. It looks super dope. We just got a little bit of like a game, like not a gameplay reveal, but like just like a little teaser. Did you watch it, Jerica? Have you seen it?
Actually haven't watched it, no.
Okay. It's not a lot. It's just like kind of giving you the vibe of what the game's going to be like. It's just in development. A lot of people are excited about it because essentially like it's based off of a graphic novel, and it's like a sub story of Ninja Turtles. And it is like dark and gritty and has the potential to be like, ooh.
One of my
Like
close friends like loves this series, so
yeah.
and I've been meaning to actually read the comics, so I'll probably save the comics for like when this game gets an announcement because I'd like to read the comics and then jump into the
Yeah.
game. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be a really cool experience. You should definitely try to do that. But
Hmm.
the studio is Black Forest Games, which is known for Destroy All Humans. I have actually not played that, but
Me neither.
it
I
looks
know
good.
of it. I know of the game, so I never played Destroy All Humans. It's like the alien killing all the humans.
Yeah.
It's funny. The art styles always, or the key art for those games are always entertaining.
But yeah, it was revealed during THQ Nordic's recent showcase. So really not a lot of info, but I did want to include it because like it is something that I'm excited for. I hope it's done well. I think it has the potential to be really good. Who knows when we'll actually get it because again, it's just like in development, but I figured it would be fun to mention it. I shared this on Twitter and a lot of you guys are also excited about it. So let us know in the
What
chat.
game, CC? What game is Their Cake? I want to play a game that's called Their Cake. Sounds interesting. I'm looking this up right now.
Ooh.
What is that? Their.
When I read
Cake.
that, I immediately was like, oh, they bake a cake and they're known for it. Wow.
I don't know what that is. I'm Googling it. I can't find it. Also known for their cake. Or is that just a joke? Man, that went right over my head real quick. What was? There's a joke. Is that a joke?
I don't think so.
Man.
If so, I don't got it. It went over. Have y'all seen that meme that's like smooth brain, no lumps?
No, I don't know what that is. Black Forest Cake. Black
Oh,
Forest
is it a
cake.
cake?
Anyone? Yes, Kayla. I'm going to look this up right now because now, okay, yes. Okay, here we go. Which now I really want a cake. This cake, the Black Forest cake, reminds me of the cake from Portal.
Mm.
It's like a chocolate cake. It's got some whipped cream on
It
the
all
top.
ties back to video games. Wow.
This really does remind me of the cake from Portal. Yeah, that's nice. Now I want cake. I want something sweet. I'm gonna have to, have a snack before I play Destiny.
Speaking of Destiny.
Oh my god, is that the perfect segue or what?
Wow.
Oh my god. All right, so I wasn't gonna go into it with what we've been playing, but there's it's about to get on the hype train for Destiny here.
Choo-choo.
Okay, so I'm really excited because it is that time of the year where we have a showcase on the horizon and the final season before the biggest expansion of Destiny's timeline, which is pretty cool. So I actually pulled up an article just to sort of detail a few things about the Destiny showcase that happens on the 22nd. I pulled this article from Game Informer. Marcus Stewart wrote it up. But Bungie is holding its annual Destiny 2 showcase on August 22nd. The event will shed more light on the Final Shape expansion and other upcoming events. The event airs at 9 a.m. Pacific, with an hour-long pre-show prior and live post-show roundtable discussion, which I always love when they do that. They sort of have some developers and community partners in there just sort of talking about what they just revealed, which is fun to hear their thoughts. Continue on. The Final Shape is a significant expansion for fans as it's billed as the conclusion of the Light and Darkness saga, which is basically like 10 years plus in the making.
Wow.
That means everything that has occurred up to this point in Destiny will culminate with this story, The Witness. We're getting excited to fight the Witness finally.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, Bungie did release a new video recapping the biggest moments of the Destiny journey, which is pretty cool to take a look at. Sort of takes you down memory lane.
That'd be a good recap.
It will, yeah. Or if you haven't seen it, if you're a Destiny fan, you should go back and take a look at it. But the showcase is also going to dive into, because the same day the showcase happens is going to be the first day of the new season, which this season will be the last season before Final Shape starts. And we don't know much about this season other than we gotta get help from Savathun so we can get inside the Witness. Savathun, she's back. Well, she's technically dead, but her ghost is still around because the Traveler chose her to be a guardian, which we're like, what the hell? Like, she's a hive god that hates humanity. Why would the Traveler make her a guardian? Well, it seems like the Traveler knew something we didn't, because they made her a guardian for a reason. So we have to get her ghost and wake her back up, revive her. So she has some knowledge about how we're going to get into the Traveler, because right now the Traveler's basically being held hostage by the Witness. The Witness cut a big triangle hole inside the Traveler and got inside of it doing something. We don't know what it's doing inside of the Traveler, but we got to save it, I think. So we need Savathun's help to get inside the Traveler, so we can kill the Witness. So I'm excited to kick off that season. It's super exciting because like Savathun is my favorite villain so far in Destiny.
Nice.
And now she might be our friend finally. Mommy Savathun. Can't wait. And then last bit of Destiny news. You've probably read, since Lance Reddick's passing, it's a sad time because Zavala is a big character in Destiny. He is one of the major characters that you go to get patrol missions from weekly. You hear him in cutscenes a lot. He's really involved, and it is sort of sad because every time you go get a bounty from him, you have to hear Lance's voice, and it's sad. Like it is sad. Like for probably about a month, I didn't go pick up anything from Zavala because it really did. It bummed me out because I was like, that sucks.
That's sad.
And a lot of speculation was like, were they going to kill off Zavala's character since Lance passed away? But it looks like they are replacing his voice actor with Keith David. Has been cast as the new voice of Commander Zavala. If you are a Mass Effect fan, Keith David is known as Captain Anderson and a lot of other various voice roles in the past. So he's got the pedigree. He's got a very distinct voice, and I do believe that he is going to definitely carry on the honor of being the voice of Zavala. So, which is pretty cool. He's got a good voice. I definitely see it. I'm excited for that. I think he's the perfect fit. If anyone's going to play him, it would be this guy.
So with the showcase itself, do you have any predictions on what's going to be shown at the showcase?
Other than, I don't have to see any more of Lightfall. That's really fine. But they're definitely going to dive into not Lightfall, Final Shape. They're going to dive into Final Shape and everything, and probably go into what's new about the Final Shape. What is something for us? Basically, this is the time where they're going to get us hyped up enough to pre-order the Final Shape. That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay. They do that. It's a known, not as a negative thing, but it's like, what are they going to show me to make me pre-order this game?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they'll dive into what's new in this season, which is a big hit or miss situation when it comes to Destiny with seasons. Like this past season of the Deep, I really didn't have a lot of fun with it. There was nothing really there.
I remember you said that.
Weekly events didn't really pull me in. The underwater stuff was cool for 2 weeks, and then other than that, I got a little tired of it, and I fished for a week. They brought fishing into Destiny, which is cool. They are bringing back a reprise raid from D1, and that might be not a true fact. It's just rumors that I've been reading, but they are bringing back a raid that I'm really excited for, and that starts September 1st, which I'm going to do day one with my clan.
Let's go! I'm excited to hear about that.
Rumor on the street is Crota, so I'm excited. I hope it's true.
If you guys, I don't play Destiny, but I love hearing Jerica talk about it because of how excited she gets about it. So I love and hate it.
I love and hate it. I truly do. It's fun to play sometimes. Sometimes it's also a thorn in my side.
Fair.
But it's all about the friends you make along the way and the friends you play with. So that's where I have the most fun. So,
aww.
And then Savathun. She's just the highlight of Destiny for me.
Ooh, she's a worm lady, right? She's got the little worm babies.
She's a hive god. Yeah, she's got her worm. We had to get her worm out last time, 2 years ago. Okay, next bit of news. Sort of just talking about the Baldur's Gate game being insanely popular and just taking Steam by storm.
Taking it over. I have so many questions. I hope you can answer, Jerica.
So part of the segment where we talk about what we've been playing, I didn't mention that I also bought and started Baldur's Gate on PC. Yeah. Just because everyone's talking about it. I was like, okay, fine, let me check this out. Being a big Mass Effect fan, I was really excited to dive into an RPG with all these options. That seemed to be the thing that everyone was talking about, just the amount of choice and layers that different outcomes that you could experience, and the cause and effect of a lot of different choices were just apparently are just extravagant. There's a lot of outcomes in this game. But I pulled an article just to sort of share like just how well this game's doing. Let's see. Baldur's Gate 3 has surpassed The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom as the
Whoa.
highest rated game of 2023 on Metacritic. As of writing this, I pulled an article, I think, from Game Informer too, just talking about like this at the time. Let's see. This Baldur's Gate was sitting at a 97. I think right now it's at a 96, but it was a 96 or
Wow.
97. Now it's 96. But still, I guess now they're technically tied because Tears of the Kingdom was 96, so they might be tied now. But that's pretty insane for this title that basically I don't have a lot of knowledge around like its development or anything, but I feel like the start is like not like a Kickstarter, but it was something that's been in development for the while and needed some funding and help from like community outlets and stuff.
They got the community outreach now for
they
sure.
did.
I've just been seeing all the drama about like when people are streaming and there's like a surprise nudity and like they're like, whoa! I've seen like the reaction videos where they don't know it's coming.
The game's real sexy, you know. And I will confirm the character creator is amazing. I love the character I made. And you know, I don't do D&D. I don't know, but I know how it works. I've watched people play D&D. I've played in a couple of what do you call them? Games, campaigns.
Yeah,
but I don't. You know, I'm not usually there for the next episode. I don't know. My character doesn't wake up from sleep. I guess I get sleep deprived and just don't make it to the next episode.
That sounds accurate.
I get most of it, and it's turn-based, so it's a little bit of a different type of game, for me anyways, so I have to get my head around that, but I love Mass Effect, and the reason why I love Mass Effect so much is because of the characters and all the dialogue options and the sense of, you know, choice and really creating this world for my shepherd that I'm making. So that I will get to. We'll talk about it later because that's part of the main topic here is Baldur's Gate.
Kind of going over which one for sure.
Yeah, but it is popular. It's very popular right now. It's a big game.
It's blowing everybody's skirts up. It's blowing them up.
It's buttering the rolls, let me tell you.
The last piece you did put in here, but I'll go over it really quick because I did not realize this. I put this in our question of the week. We did a poll, which I'll go over in just a moment, of what game you're most excited for this year, or for the rest of the year, because there's only a couple months left, but we still got a lot of games coming out.
We do.
Alan Wake 2 is one of those games that is supposed to come out. I have it on my list soon to play the first one, hopefully before the second one comes out. Is it a direct?
That's not gonna happen. Kayla, that's not gonna happen.
Is it a direct sequel from the first game?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But it's long, isn't it?
You should just watch a video recapping the first one for you.
Perfect. Yeah. Because it does seem like something that's right up my alley.
It is.
So I definitely want to play that when it comes out. But you know what? You're right, Jerica. You know me better than I do. Like, it's not going to happen.
No, it's not because of you. Like, I know for a fact there's too many things that we're going to be playing that's not Alan Wake remaster right now.
For sure. So Remedy announced a 10-day delay, only 10 days, for the hotly anticipated Alan Wake 2. It was supposed to be out on October 17th, but now will launch October 27th. So obviously they just need to polish off a couple things, just whip out the little cloth and
they actually wanted,
it.
You know what the biggest reason is like October was already jam-packed. So they wanted to give players more space to play everything. It's nothing to do. I mean, I'm sure they could polish a few things, but it's literally nothing to do with that. It's like just to make more space for people to play other games before this comes out.
That's kind of nice. Aww.
Yeah, I'm thankful for him, and it's honestly like from an investment standpoint, smart move. I think it's a smart move.
Honestly, you're right. It's not just like because
you don't want to come out like because when does Spider-Man 2 come out? October. I forget it's
6th. It's in the beginning of the month. Yeah.
See, that gives us some space now. We got some time between Spider-Man and Alan Wake now.
For sure. It was set to launch the same week. I wonder why they waited until now to actually, that's interesting. But it is cool. But yeah, October has Forza. It has Assassin's Creed. It has I forgot about Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Yeah.
And then
Mario turns into an elephant.
Yeah.
Also in November or October.
Yeah. That's
Halloween.
crazy. I'm so excited, Jerica. I can't wait. I think I messed up our note. I apologize. I think I moved some
That's
stuff
okay.
around.
We're done with
We're
the
almost
note.
done, yeah. But rounding out the news, like we've been talking about, lots of games, lots of big stuff coming. So with that being said, with our expert mode, Spider-Man is October 20th. Oh, I messed up. Okay, good to know.
Okay, good
It's
to know.
later.
Yeah. Well, okay, so 7 days until
it's in my calendar.
7 days to beat Spider-Man if you want to play Alan Wake. Alan Wake, so I'm not okay, we'll get into the conversation here.
Okay. Perfect. Expert mode. Let's talk about releases. Shall we really quick?
Jesus Christ, there's so many freaking games and they're all good.
We wanted to poll you guys, our listeners, on X. X and Instagram. So over on the Twitter, which I'm just going to call it Twitter because it's just easier, y'all. Our options are, and please sound off in the chat because we want to know if you're listening live. Which upcoming release are you most excited for over these next few months? Spider-Man 2, Starfield, Alan Wake 2, and I included an indie game. I think it's an indie game that's coming out that I'm very excited for, that a lot of our friends are interested in. Sea of Stars. Have you seen anything of that, Jerica?
Mm-hmm.
It looks really beautiful. So let us know. On Twitter, the top vote with 64% was Starfield. And then on Instagram, we had a similar outcome, I believe. On Instagram, we had 45% for Spider-Man 2, actually. Spider-Man 1 on Instagram. And then Starfield, Sea of Stars, and then Alan Wake. So kind of spread across votes there. Looks like you guys are interested in playing a couple different things. So yeah, that's all from our socials. Let's, Jerica, let's pick our next game. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. I would like to know, me and you talked a little bit about this off the record. You started Baldur's Gate and you kind of wanted to wait and play it with friends. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah. Honestly, like I didn't realize Starfield had an earlier date you could play it. So technically,
yeah, tell us about that.
September 1st, I think if you pay for the extra premium edition, I don't know what it's called, you can play early, which is pretty cool. There might be other ways to play it early. I don't know, but that's a thing. I learned that from one of my rating peers, Joel. He was educating us, and I was like, "Oh wow, I asked off for the wrong time frame. Then I could have played it a whole 6 days early." But in between that time, I'll be playing some Destiny with the new season and the new raid coming. But I also was like, maybe I can spend some of that time when I'm not playing Destiny, playing Baldur's Gate with Audrey. Because I really want her to play that. And I do want to play it with a couple other my Destiny friends, just because I think it'd be really fun to this be a way for us to play D&D together. Yeah. And really role play and have some fun with it. Because I was immediately impressed. And for someone that doesn't play a lot of turn-based top-down games, usually screenshots of games like this immediately turn me off. I'm like, ew, that looks tactical and strategic as AF, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's not really what I want to play. But I was immediately sold just because, once you understand a little bit how to play it, it actually is pretty fun, and the strategy gets even more fun, and just the options for choice and what you really could do to interact with the world, just like D&D. Like if you were to ask you, I don't, once again, I'm not a D&D expert, but if you were gonna can I to get out of this situation, can I burn the rope that's holding the chandelier up and kill the enemy in front of me? There's a little bit of that freedom in the game too, where you could light something on fire and blow up people. One of our friends actually shared, if you were to put all these bombs in your backpack and get one of the characters to if over time, if you put too much in your backpack, your character will drop some stuff apparently. And if you drop it in the right spot, you could kill enemies with it. There's a lot of
variables,
little things like real life's cause and effect situations in this game. And then I'm really just into it for all the cutscenes and dialogue, believe it or not, and just having my character try to persuade, charm, roll dice, and just see like how I can get out or into a situation is really entertaining.
For sure.
Already the first like 5 minutes of the game, there's already a choice I was able to finagle and like rolled high on, and was able to get a whole new party member a part of my crew.
Awesome.
And if you didn't do that, you wouldn't have that extra companion to fight this boss that you fight at the beginning.
That's like satisfying too, you know, like,
and it was,
yeah.
And it wasn't just awesome in that manner. Like the story to get to that point was so high level in terms of just entertaining and creative, and it just made me chuckle, and I was just like, holy shit, this game's awesome.
That's awesome. So
and that's
like,
just the tip of the iceberg.
That little story beat that you got for getting that new character, like you wouldn't see that unless like you got
if you didn't go to this place I went and also made the choices I made, you would never have known that was an option.
See, I love stuff like that. That's what makes me interested. And like, that's why we're talking right now. It's like, I am in the same boat as you. Like those style of games are not normally something that I would go for, but I do love D&D, and like I've only ever played like 1 or 2 campaigns before, not necessarily to completion, but just like playing them. And it's something I really like because I love storytelling, and so that's something that really appeals to me. So
I think we would have a good time if you also joined in, because it's crossplay. Yeah. So like I have it on PC, but I think September 6th is the date that you could. Early September is coming to PS5, so you'll be able to play on console as well and play with anyone anywhere. Doesn't matter if you're on PS5 or not.
Maybe you can answer this, maybe not. If not, it's okay. I wonder what the like freedom and ability to like, I know sometimes in like real life D&D campaigns, you can have like people come in and come out kind of thing. Like, I wonder what kind of freedom there is for that, or is there freedom for that?
I think there is, but I obviously haven't played it with anyone yet. I don't know anyone that has been playing it with someone, but I'm sure there's a review out there where you can get that answer. I don't know. Cool. I would assume if they landed what they've landed so well, like that works fine.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know.
But yeah, so I definitely think so. Are you planning on, are you going to try to play some more of this before Starfield and Destiny?
This strictly depends on if I have anyone else wanting to play. I've decided with this one, I'm only going to play when I have someone else to play with me.
Okay.
Probably won't play it solo.
Yeah.
And then Starfield, that is the next game I'm playing. I've got everything set up for it.
Yeah.
I bought this additional Xbox headset to plug into the controller that supports Atmos, so I can get the audio that I want. I'm going to set up the Xbox up here. And I'm just going to play. I'm going to try to stream my entire playthrough. I'm going to make my character on stream and everything. We're going to have a backstory, and I hope that it's funny. I'm sure it's going to be entertaining because it's me playing.
I can't wait. I love a good playthrough. I was teasing Jerica. I was like, give us a 24-hour stream. You could do it. No,
I don't know. But I am off. Unfortunately, I took time off on, I think, September 6th because I thought that's when I was going to be able to play Starfield.
Yeah.
But if I can start early, I'm going to, because I did purchase the game.
Nice.
So I could have the choice to play it early. But September 1st is also the day the raid comes back in Destiny. So I'm just gonna have to balance my time, but let me dive into what that schedule looks like. But I will post when I'm gonna play.
Ooh, so
if I can't play it might be where I start on September 6th when I'm off, so I can have the freedom to do streams whenever, like when I wake up and get comfy, have my coffee, and I'm like, all right, let's play Starfield. I don't have to work a full-time job and then come home, do laundry, feed the dog, eat, and then
play Starfield.
Put on my big girl video game pants and stream Starfield. I can do it I can do it during the day, which is better for me because I'm a grandma. I like to go to bed at night.
Meanwhile, I'm a little gremlin. I'm like
up at like 2 a.m. still playing games. What's wrong with you?
Cholo said in the chat, closest thing I can think of is Stardew Valley, where the girlfriend and I spent 100 hours in co-op, and there was so much left to do. I'm scared of this game.
I'm in that same predicament. Like, I put so many hours in Stardew Valley. It was insane. I think Kayla did too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And just never ending things to do.
I'm tempted. This is a side tangent. We'll get back on track in just a second. But I'm tempted to get it on PC so I can do mods and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've
Both of these.
So far I've just played it on Switch.
Both of the games that we're talking about, Baldur's Gate and Starfield, both have a lot of similarities in terms of like, man, I bet there's just I will not beat either one of these games this year.
Probably not.
I probably won't see the end. I probably will not roll credits on either one of these games, but maybe Starfield. But it's just insane to think that we have both these
massive,
huge. They're not like, I don't know about you, like games don't. I wonder how massive Starfield is actually going to be. I sort of get where Baldur's Gate is.
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
Baldur's Gate's fine to be as massive as it is. I wonder. I need to look up like what generally like how long it takes to beat Baldur's Gate, like complete campaign. I don't know.
So for Starfield, it is estimated to be around 40 hours. So I don't know if
doubt that.
That seems like just maybe mainline potentially, but that's just like that was just a random website. I already closed the tab.
I just immediately think of, playing Skyrim, and I never beat that game because I was so invested to one storyline situation. I never beat it because I was so distracted by things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to find a place where either I start, if I'm enjoying exploring I'm talking about Starfield here, exploring, maybe picking up side quests, upgrading my ship. I'm doing this and that, and I'm having a good time just sort of like wandering around. That can be dangerous because once again, I still haven't beat Tears of the Kingdom because I'm just wandering around getting into stuff.
Yeah, a lot of wandering games.
So I have to see to see how much fun the extra stuff is. Is it worth me sticking to those things, or do I follow a path to the end? And I might end up doing that just because one, I sort of just want to beat. I want to beat one of these massive games other than Final Fantasy. That's the one I can't believe I've finished that. I just want to beat a game before Spider-Man comes out, because Spider-Man's going to be one of those games too that I don't want to play anything else until I beat it, because I don't want to be spoiled. Like, I do not want any spoilers. And
it's more linear too. Yeah. So I mean, I would say
Thank God. I honestly, like, bigger's not better lately, in my opinion. Like, it's not. Like, I do like Baldur's Gate's the largeness I'm describing is just the dialogue and the choice and the character interactions, which is awesome. But like, I don't need 50 million side quests. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a plethora of things, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have to have that to butter my roll.
Nah. You don't gotta butter it with
fun
more
gameplay, a few of these side quests, but after that, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what their goal for Starfield is. Is it one of those games that they want you to play? Is it going to be another? Is it going to be like Fallout or Skyrim? Is it, because Skyrim is literally on every platform known to man, and people still play it to this day, and you can find things to do in it, like a plethora of things to do. I don't think the Fallout series is like that too much. I think that's one and done. You go through it, beat it, and it doesn't have a lot of as much content to keep you coming back. So I don't know. Like, I don't.
It's just like not as much as Skyrim at all. Like not nearly as much.
It's just where I'm wondering, like, will Starfield be is it a Skyrim or is it a Fallout?
Oh, good
I don't
speculation. CC in the chat said that's honestly why I'm not jumping at the chance to play Baldur's Gate 3. I'm assuming they're referring to how long it takes. And then also stated that Diablo 4 is going to work. Story is like 35. You picked that up too. Did you put that down for now?
me and Audrey were playing it. That's why.
Oh,
we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
It was just fun just to play with her. That's why I downloaded it. Yeah. We need something to sort of, like I said, the last season of Destiny was a little bland, so we were wanting to play something else.
There was a lull. All right. Well, it sounds like we have a plan. Basically, we both want to play both of these games, is in conclusion. But we just got to find the time. That's where we're at in this day and age as gamers. Like, we just got to make it work and play what we can, enjoy what we can before the rest of these hefty boys come out,
Oh yeah, Hellblade's getting some love in the chat. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
cannot wait for the sequel. I feel
When
like
does
that
that
should
come
be
out?
close. There's not a release date for it
Oh.
yet. It's gotta be next year. It's been in development for a while.
I still got to play the first one, which you
Oh,
love the first one, so I should
you
play
do need
it.
to you
Yeah.
need to play it. Yeah, you definitely need to.
Okay, okay.
That's not Alan Wake.
It's not skippable.
That's not skippable. You got to experience that. It does a lot
Okay.
of cool stuff.
Cool. Well, I've got that on my list. Literally, I just put it on my wish list. But yeah,
Nice.
oh, it's already on there. That's funny. But yeah,
Nice.
so my plan is I would love to play Baldur's Gate with you whenever you're free.
We'll do that.
And that would be really funny to stream, and we should try to do that because that would be awesome. So let us know if you're interested in that. Let us know what you want to play, and
we'll just keep each other
in
everyone's thoughts here in the next
thoughts
few
and
months.
prayers.
Let's all support each other. If there's a moment you think like, oh my God, I'm not going to beat this game, let's be there for each other. Completionists, we know how painful that is. When
I'm not.
You feel, I sort of am, and I feel guilty moving on to the next thing. But let's lean on each other, give everyone a high five. If you beat the game, awesome. Support each other. Glad you made it through. And if you got someone struggling that's just like, not feeling it, it's also okay.
Keep reaching out your hand.
Play what you want to play, and it's okay. I have to tell myself that a lot because I do like to. I feel bad picking up a game and like adding it to our backlog of Doom. It's painful.
No. Hey, we just did that.
I like to experience. I know. Yeah, it's a good episode. But I like to experience games when the rest of the world is, and sometimes I get FOMO just because other people are playing. That's what literally happened with Baldur's Gate. I was like, I feel out of the loop. I really want to play this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's nice to be able to talk about it here with you guys too. So, I mean, that is, we kind of do this thing, makes us want to talk about what's new. Mm-hmm. But I totally agree. I also feel like FOMO sometimes, and then sometimes I feel like, wow, there's so many games I haven't played yet that I have to get to. And so then I'll pick a game, like an older game, and like go through that. But we're all just playing what we want to play. Don't feel the pressure. Do what you want to do. Get excited. Get hype, because there's a lot of things to be excited for. Starfield, it's been on both of our wish lists for ever since I saw the first thing. I was like, oh,
please God, be good. Please be good.
I
want
it.
Be good. Please be good. Please be good.
I think it will be. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. If you joined us live, if you're only catching the end, don't worry. This will be up on the YouTubes and the podcasts and the apps of various degrees. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Who knows what we're playing?
Starfield. Lots of Starfield.